Hello, good morning, and good night. Welcome to DJ Crowns Plays. I'm DJ Crowns, and this is our first Minecraft Bedrock Redstone tutorial on the channel. I just want to start this off by first stating that all the builds I show off here, I do not claim to be mine. I did build all these things you will see in future tutorials myself in my own redstone world, but I will not claim that I invented them because I'm sure someone else has either built these similar or possibly exactly the same. But that doesn't mean I can't build them and teach all of you how to build them. Also, if I do show off someone else's build, I will make sure to give credit where it's due, but it can be hard to keep up and remember everyone's builds. So if I forget or don't realize someone else has the same build, please do not claim I'm stealing other people's builds. Please, just don't. So in this tutorial, we are going to show off two different 1x2 piston doors and teach you how to build them. And just so you understand the layout we have here, all of the redstone fits inside the quartz block areas, and the rest of the build takes up the iron block areas. The gold and netherite blocks are laid out so that you can easily follow along and get the right spacing for the build, and the diamond block represents the floor level. So with that out of the way, hopefully you understand, and let's get started. First, we have a 1x2 indented piston door with the blocks being pulled to the sides. And second, we have another 1x2 indented piston door with the pistons pulling the blocks up and down. Both are tiny and super quick to build, so let's start with the side pulling 1x2. For this, you will need 30 solid blocks of any type, like smooth stone or cobblestone, 2 blocks of any type for your door except immovable objects, 7 redstone dust, 1 redstone torch, one redstone torch. I don't know why that second one was in there. Whoopsies. Throw that out of there. We don't need that. 1 redstone torch, 2 wooden buttons, and 2 sticky pistons. The door takes up a 3 by 5 by 6 area, and the floor level is 2 blocks off the ground in line with the 3rd block. And this will be where your floor goes or where you merge it with your base or existing floors. So first we're going to come to the bottom left corner of our 3 by 5 area and use our solid blocks to place a temporary block, and then place another block on top of it and remove the temporary block. Next, we're going to place a block on the ground in the middle on the left side, and then at the top left corner we're going to place another temporary block, a block on top of it, and remove the temporary block underneath. Next, we're going to come to the middle block on the left side and extend it out by 3 blocks to the right. Now we're going to go to the middle on the right side and place a temporary block and a block on top of that. Remove the block underneath, and also place a redstone torch on top. Next, place a block on top of that torch. Nope, not like that, like that. And then a piece of redstone dust on top of that. And redstone dust on all the other blocks we've placed so far. Just like this. Next, take your sticky pistons and place one facing to the left, coming off the block with the powered redstone dust. You can see right here. So we'll place that sticky piston right there, and then one more on top. Both should be extended. Now come back to the left side and place a block on top of the 2 elevated pieces of redstone. And place in our door blocks. And now add 2 wooden buttons on both faces of the blocks we just placed. Just like this. And you should see when we click the button, it now works, but we gotta cover it up. So next, we will place one block in between the two blocks with the wooden buttons, and then place 3 more blocks on top of those in a straight line, and 3 more blocks on top of those, just like that. Next, we're going to place 3 blocks in a straight line to the right of the top 3 blocks, just like this, and then 3 more blocks to the right of that, just like that. Next, we're going to come to the front in line with the two piston arms, and place 2 blocks coming down from the 3 blocks we just placed, and do that on the other side, just like that. And finally, all we have to do is place in our floor blocks. So right under your door, place 3 blocks in a straight line, just like this. And bam! You have a functioning 1x2 indented piston door and can decorate it however you like. Now let's move on to the 1x2 indented piston door that pulls the blocks up and down. Let me just put these blocks back. For this build, you will need 36 solid blocks of any type, like smooth stone or cobblestone, 2 door blocks of any type, just not immovable objects, 8 redstone dusts, 2 redstone torches, 1 glass block, 1 target block, 2 wooden buttons, and 2 sticky pistons. The door takes up a 5 by 4 by 8 area, and the floor level is 3 blocks off the ground in line with the 4th block. And this is where you will make your floor or merge it with existing floors. So first, we're going to come to the bottom left corner of our 5x4 area and count 2 spaces forward. 1, 2. And then count 1 space to the right and place a solid block. 1. Now place a piece of redstone dust on top of that block and then count 1 block forward and place a temporary block, and then another block on top of it and remove the temporary block. Then on top of that block we just placed, place a sticky piston facing upwards. Next, come back to the front of our 5x4 area, and from the bottom left corner, count out 3 blocks to the right. 1, 2, 3. Place a temporary block and a block on top of it, and then remove the temporary block underneath. Next, we're going to place a redstone torch on the left side of that block, connecting to the redstone dust. Then from the block with the redstone torch, we are going to extend out our solid blocks by 4 blocks, stretching from one side to the other. Just like that. We then are going to come to the middle block of the 5 block line we just placed, so right here, and place a piece of glass on it, in line with the sticky piston. Make sure it's in line with the sticky piston. And then remove the block underneath. Next, we're going to take our redstone dust and place 5 pieces on top of the blocks we just placed, and you should see a torch clock start. Just like that. But we don't want the torch clock. So to fix this, take 1 solid block and place it right on top of the redstone dust connecting to the piston, and this should stop the torch clock because now this redstone line can't connect to our input line, as you can see there. Next, we're going to go up by 1 more block from the block we just placed to make our floor. So place 1 block up and then one block out to the front, one block to the left, and one block to the right. Place a button on top of the block that's over top of the redstone dust, and then do the same thing to the other side. And you should see we get this nice little eye shape. Next, we're going to come back down to our glass block and place a temporary block to the side of it. So we're going to take this temporary block, place it right there, and a target block on top of that temporary block, and then remove the temporary block underneath. And the target block should connect to your redstone. Next, we're going to take a redstone torch, place it on top of that, and then we're going to place a block on top of that redstone torch, sorry. Now we're going to place a block to the left of that block we just placed, and then another block, just like this, on top of that, and like this. Place one more temporary block on top of that block we just placed, and place your other sticky piston facing downwards, and remove the temporary block. Next, from the right side of the piston, place two redstone dust coming down towards your redstone torch. 1, 2, just like that, and you should see it becomes powered. Now all we have to do is place our door block, and fill in the walls. So now we're going to come to where our buttons are, right here. We're going to crouch and place 3 blocks in a line like this. And do the same to the other side. Oops, falling off here. Now on the left side, we're going to place 3 more blocks on top of the blocks we just placed. 1, 2, 3. And 3 more on top of that. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. Then in line with the piston arms, we're going to place 2 more blocks to the right on the front and 2 blocks to the left on the back. Just like that. And just like that. Beautiful. Now we're going to place 1 more block underneath both sides, like this. And finally, place your 2 door blocks on the piston faces. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. And your 1x2 piston door is now done. If you click the button, you can see it all works. Both very nice and simple, easy to build 1x2 piston doors. But I just want to mention real quickly, if you ever want to move the input line, you can do that. Just right here, you'd have to extend this out farther to wherever you want. And then same with this one over here. If you wanted to move the input line, you'd actually remove this block and drop it down and then extend that out to wherever you want. But also, if you wanted, let's say, a pulse extender, because let's be honest, these doors don't stay open very long. You kind of have to rush through them. Oh, whoops. I forgot I removed that piece of redstone dust, but if put that back right for a second, you can see the door doesn't stay open for very long. So you kind of got to like sprint through it a little bit. So if you wanted to get rid of that, all we have to do is add a little pulse extender in, which I'll show you how to do real quick. So we're going to go out like this. We're going to place a block up like that. Place these just like this. We'll extend our floor here out a little bit. And then we'll take this button, instead of having it right there, we're going to place it right over here. And then we're going to take some redstone comparators, just like this. Place them like that. It's very important they're facing the correct directions. And then 2 redstone dust just like that, and 1 at the back. So now when we click it, you'll see the door will stay open for a bit longer. But let's do one more thing and it'll make it stay open just a tiny bit longer. If we take this repeater right here and place a repeater right there, it's now going to hold the full signal strength until this thing completely turns off. So, if we click the button, you'll see now it stays open for much longer. More than enough time to just casually walk through. And if we wanted to do the same on the other one, it's a little tiny bit different, but all we got to do is just take this line, and then we can go like this, do a little shape like that, place a comparator right there, comparator facing in the other direction right here, redstone dust, just like that, and then extend this out a little bit. And you can kind of have 2 different button locations right here. You could have one, whoops, we didn't want to break that block. You can have one right there, or one right there. But you can see once you add a pulse extender, it's a little bit off timing. It's okay though. That's just because of the way that the pulse extender works. So honestly, if you wanted to fix that even, you'd just have to add in a repeater just like I kind of showed you over there. But anyway, that's it for the 1x2 piston doors, and I hope you all enjoyed the first redstone tutorial on the channel. I hope you all enjoyed learning how to make the 2 different 1x2 piston doors, and in the next redstone tutorial we will be covering flush 1x2 piston doors without the use of slime blocks. So keep your eyes open for that one. But anyways, please like, comment, and give me any suggestions you may have. See you in the next one. DJ Crowns out.